Hey guys, welcome back to Frenemies. I'm Ian, and we are back with more of The Flash. Last episode, we dealt with fear, and a lot of it. It seems that that's a force now. So apparently the forces have made their own physical embodiment, and they attacked the Speed Force. That was before or after where they made a physical embodiment, or like a physical form, who knows? Because it seems like the Speed Force materialized in Star Labs, already beaten up. So I don't know if it was just the energies were attacking the speed each other at that point, or if they were attacking while they were in physical form. Either way, and I think at least so far we are settling into the Caitlin and Frost separation thing. That does make me a little worried for Caitlin. But then maybe Frost will be killed off instead. I don't know. I don't want either to be killed off. Let's see. Barry right now is assumedly in a coma. He's healing up because his speed healing's acting all whacked because of the fear force or whatever. Somebody had mentioned what it was called in the comments, and I'm sorry, I don't remember. Wow. Speech. I need to slow down. It's so hard for me to slow down sometimes. Jesus. I'm pretty sure those that have been with the channel for a little bit notice I speak way too fast for my own good, and everything just kind of slurs together. I was gonna say, oh yeah, and the Speed Force is like, hey yo, that's my fault. I wasn't awake in time or whatever. I think that's what she said. I don't remember. Yeah, so Barry's out. Speed Force is up. I don't know if she's gonna be helping it's going to be helping while he's unconscious. But that's where we're at.
Besides, that place is so boring. Wait, what's that?
Yeah, just some guy cosplaying.
What's he doing now?
I don't know, must be some sort of Comic-Con thing or something. What world?
This is not a force that I've heard of. Seems like a fifth dimensional thing going on, but I could be wrong. Don't look up. You ain't gonna like it. Uh-oh. That's real. Oh no. Is it like what, Imagination Force or something? Sounds like a kid's show.
Cisco, how long would it take to make enough amplifiers?
We have everything we need in the Star Labs van, so we could build them as we go.
So let's do this, baby. Cause Team Chesco's on the case.
Team Chesco? Okay.
Separated at birth.
What do you think? I think it's the neutrino filtration is glitching on us.
Cisco.
Uh-oh. Slow. Turtle.
That's no van.
Uh-oh.
Jess?
We're stuck.
We've just been under the dome. Tell me you're seeing what I'm seeing.
Does it have anything to do with Space Jam being back in stock?
At that Blockbuster video that doesn't exist
Okay.
anymore?
Yeah. And get this, I saw a Sippin' Dash store back there that got torn down when I was in high school.
We just sneak in, simple.
We gotta blend in.
Are we legending it up?
We gotta kick it up a notch.
This is how we do
No. Just go. Oh god. They're gonna be spotted a mile away. Maybe not.
All right, here's the plan. We ask people questions, see if anybody has any diabolical plans to alter the future.
You okay, Swivel? It's time to bounce.
Is it him or what's inside the bucket? Wagon. Basket.
You gotta help me, please. We're trapped in the same gate.
No, wait.
It knows I broke free. It's gonna start over. Oh, God.
Oh, not again. You alright, dude?
Who are you?
Oh no.
Where am I?
I was worried about that.
Did you take my headgear?
Oh, God, please tell me you remember Game of Thrones.
Littlefinger. Yes. The Iron Throne.
Yes.
The reigns of Castamere.
Castamere, yes.
Chester.
It's like being hugged by warm, loving arms.
His mother made it for him. He doesn't really talk about her much, so.
Not even with you?
The violence of it all, it stays with him. And I wish I could take that away from him, but I can't.
Uh-oh. Speed Force. Hold up.
Chess, what's going on?
We can't go after him because he's my dad. I'm the last person he'd want to help right now.
What if you're here for a reason? This could be your chance to talk to your dad.
I'm good with that, dude. I can't save his life. That would just reset the time loop.
I never took into account how much his mother's death might still weigh on him. What have I done? I'll change my appearance. Appear in my true form to all of you from now on as Lightning, because I can't keep hurting him like this.
You're not causing him pain, you're giving him a gift. I may be his lightning rod, but you are his lightning.
Thank you.
My son, Chester, is working on a project. I've looked at his plans. 2 days from now, he's gonna need that part. But I'll be back on the road by then. I'm throwing it away now so that he can find it later. When he needs it. Do you have kids, Mr. Boyega?
Why'd that hurt?
If you do someday, you'll understand.
So, you don't care about your work more than your son. You care about your work because
I'm just a man, trying to do the right thing.
I'm such a sappy.
Make my son proud.
God dang it.
Hold that.
Cisco, my pops is pretty cool, man.
Yeah? Sounds like it.
Just really glad we had a day to hang out.
You ever seen Space Jam? 4 times, man.
Oh, man, it's so good.
Now it's time to kick you wannabe Urkels to the curb.
Why?
'Cause whoever you two are, you don't belong here.
Uh-oh.
This is my time. And you two gotta go.
Yeah, okay, just send us back, bro. It's all good.
You will have 30 minutes to create an amuse-bouche that will tickle our
Looks good.
I came back to the past because I have no future!
That's weird. Because your future looks bright to me!
You dweebs really think you can stop me? You tripping.
Yo, bro, can we get that back?
Oh, snap. I just erased it from time. My bad.
Kind of like him, though. He's kind of charismatic in a way. Oh. Oh, Joe! Alright!
Can somebody please tell me what this green energy is doing to my city?
Oh my god! An abacus!
So it's not just me.
Baby girl, you look incredible.
So do you, Dad. Frost. Caitlin.
Thanks for trying.
Caitlin. Poor Caitlin. That was pretty good though. That T-Rex is good. You gotta say.
Tempo, as in time travel.
Yeah, but this energy
I love
doesn't
doing
match
that outfit.
psych
God dang.
or force, which means that we're dealing with a new force
I
of
love
nature that
Iris
can
in that outfit.
alter time.
God dang.
When I looked at my past with fresh eyes, I saw that my dad worked hard to give me a better life. And once I saw that, it helped me let go of that pain, Dion.
So I get to figure out what it looks like.
Yes?
So I get to decide what happens from now on.
Well,
Not just for me, but for everyone.
yo, if you give us good futures, maybe we can talk about it.
But I don't get it. Not once did he mention chasing after you.
Well, unlike the others, he might not know that I survived.
That makes sense. It's like he's the opposite of the Speed Force. He's the Still Force.
Oh.
Which, I guess...
Okay, yeah, I recognize that. Somebody
If
mentioned
this
that.
new force is more powerful than me, then how did you defeat him, Cisco?
I didn't defeat him. Chester P did.
I got lucky. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the going mano a mano with big bads to Flash, you know.
You should stay with us tonight, right, Barry?
Sure. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, me too, Barry. Me too.
I got you, Pops. Time to finish what you started.
I just found out that she's here to catch a dangerous fugitive metahuman.
You.
She's here for Killer Frost.
That's not who I am anymore.
I know.
I just gotta find a way to make her see that.
I am finally free to live my own life, and no one is going to take that away from me.
Boy.
So if this Kristen Kramer wants to come after me, then I say, bring it on.
Crane's look is kind of... Yeesh. Yo, man. Okay. That's obviously not going to prove any problems for us. This Kramer lady's really set against Hayden Froston, and she's not gonna let that keep her in. She's too stir crazy now. So, like, she's been stuck in, well, not stuck in Keelan's head because, you know, they'd obviously switch out. But now that she has no restraints now, like, literally, like, she can do whatever she wants. Just, like, you can't just be put back in the cage right after being let loose. Oh, boy. Okay, well, let me just get this out of the way real quick because I don't want to get too far into it. But Iris, just like Iris. Jesus. Sorry, they did that on purpose. They focused, like, they started up the legs and went up. My God, whoa. They know what they're doing. Candace is so, just wow. I a very, very attractive woman. And Joe looked good in that suit. Not many people can pull that kind of, outfit off these days. Joe is one of those people that can do it. And I know there's no reason for it now, but I kind of want more of that for Joe. We saw it in a couple things. We saw it, well, obviously now we saw it in the musical episode whenever they were mafia. Well, obviously not the same kind of roundabout outfits, and on Earth 2 when he was a jazz singer. He just pulls it off so freaking well. And Iris pulled that outfit off really well. Alright, I'm done. Shutting that off now. On to the rest of the episode. So Dion, right? There's so much I'm not sure about. Like, Dion, if he doesn't seem like normal entity kind of thing. Like, he seems like the other ones. He doesn't seem like he was created. Did the other forces, did they take over somebody? Like, they were like physical embodiments. Maybe they've taken over somebody instead, or I don't know. Because he seemed more human, person more. I don't know, like he was saying he had a life before. He had a football career set up. Football? He had a sports career set up. I forgot what they were doing. Got messed up, and he's trying to change that. So his situation is a little different. Now I am suspicious of Nora, and I hate that. This is the Speed Force. But is it? What other forces are there? I know, because we have the Still Force now. Sage Force and the Strength Force. I do recognize that because I know somebody had mentioned that in the comments before. Sage. I think there's a couple. Is there any more? I think there's supposed to be more. Green, purple, yellow, blue. What is strength? Blue or white or gray or whatever. Blue is gray-skinned creature. This Fuerza. Speed Force. She just seemed very suspicious in the end for some reason. Like the question, maybe it was the way that the actress delivered the line, the way that Michelle delivered the line. I don't know. Because the way she's like, whenever they asked why didn't Dion come after you like the other, she's like, well, maybe he just didn't know that I survived. I don't know, the way she said that, it seemed odd. Like she was kind of throwing a haphazardly put together answer. And then the part where she was kind of asking Cisco, was like, if they're stronger than me, how did you do it, Cisco? Like, obviously, she could have been curious, but I don't know. Let me look real quick. It just seemed odd, Am I the only one thinking this? Barry seems put off too. I don't know if it's just because, it looks like his mom and he feels put off by that. Poor Caitlin got the short end of the stick with a freaking, time pocket clothes thing. Everybody looked pretty good. Caitlin didn't look bad, but she looked the most stick in the mud. She got the most stick in the mud outfit, which kind of sucks. Which, in a way, kind of fits her, at least how she was in the very beginning of the series. She's not so much that now, but maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm just reading it wrong. Maybe it wasn't necessarily the question. I think it's the way she looked at Chester after Cisco said that he's the one that kind of talked him down. The thing is that she asked, "How did you defeat him?" They didn't really seem to state that they talked him down. They didn't necessarily defeat him because he's like, yeah, all right, you have a good point. I'm gonna choose everyone's future, which is not good. That sounds terrifying. This guy sounds like he could be the big, like he could be. I don't think he is, but it sounds like he could be if he wanted to be the big bad. I don't know. Like the issue is, I feel whenever, because she moves, it moves like the Speed Force. It was created. The body was created out of Speed Force, and again, it ran to the jitters, and the emotional scene that they had with Iris. Whenever that scene was going, I was like, is she just now grasping what he went through? Because in season 1, she talked to him, not season 1, season 2, when she was talking to him about, and she took the form of his mother and kind of went through the dinosaur book. They had that emotional scene. You would think that she had gotten that, but then it was more so. She didn't realize what being in that form could have done to him, like what emotions that could have derived from him. But I was saying that she's not causing him pain. It's a gift, being able to see his mother again. And the Speed Force is very interesting. Like it's like the Speed Force blurs the line of being the Speed Force and his mother. Like it sometimes forgets that it's the Speed Force in a way. I don't know. That could just be the writing doing that. Obviously, I don't know if that's what they're having the Speed Force do, or that's just like they're kind of semi forgetting what personality, what mindset it's supposed to have, considering it's not a mindset necessarily. Because it genuinely seems to care for Barry, and it acts like his mom, and I don't know. That contrasted with what happened we saw in the end and how Barry was acting. It seems like he's unsure after having healed by the Speed Force. Maybe he feels there's a connection lacking between him and the Nora in front of him, that maybe it's not the Speed Force, or there's something off about it. I don't know. I could be just pulling this all up my butt and there's nothing to base it off of, and I'm completely wrong. But I feel like there was something weird there. I don't know. Someone tell me that I'm not the only one that felt that way, please. I don't want to be crazy. Before Cisco called it Still Force, and the comments mentioned that's what it was called. I just thought it was Time Force, which obviously my brain just went to Time Force, Power Rangers, and that's just kind of what I was thinking about the whole time that they were throughout this episode. And I was like, it's like a Time Force. And the song is just looping through my mind this whole time. Obligatory. It's a very catchy theme song for those that don't know it. And for those that do know it, you understand. And you're welcome for getting stuck in your head. Yo, man, I knew this already. Vancouver's cold. I know this doesn't have to do with the show necessarily. Sorry to go off on a tangent. But man, I feel bad for these people. Like, every season, it's always super cold over there. I envy them so much, though. I hate the heat. I thrive on the cold, and I hate that this is the weather I have. That my body, for some reason, is how it is. Just a quick little fun fact about me, for those that don't care. I don't know what it is, but I give off an obscene amount of heat, and it's really frustrating. But I'm perfectly comfortable in 30-degree weather. Well, perfectly comfortable. That's like where it starts to finally feel like, hey, I need a jacket. Now I'm not crazy. I wear pants. I don't wear shorts like some people, but yeah, I don't know. I'm always like, if I have a jacket on and I start to get too hot, I don't. And it sucks because, like, you know, if someone, like, if for an example, if you're cuddling with somebody and that just happens, that will just ignite and they feel like a burning on their back. Anyway, random tidbit for those that want to skip ahead. Man, this show I feel like does a really good job of drawing emotion, whether just for me specifically or not. Like I'm a sap, you know. I'm just a sap when it comes to parental relationships, and when they, you know, with even it's what makes it kind of like I'm such a sap is just the fact that we don't really have that much of a connection with Chester. Some people still may not like him, which is fair, and that might not have done anything for them. But like I felt the sting throughout that, and it's just like, what's wrong with me? Why am I like this? But I, you know, I mean, I like being able to connect with emotion like that. Like, what do you get out of just like being blah through it? And I don't have to fake it. It just like I felt the emotion just kind of between those two, and I feel real bad for Chester at that point. I you know, I don't hate Chester. I'm liking him all right, but that right there kind of bumped him up a little bit for me. And obviously him with the relationship that they're making with him and Cisco, and I feel like they work really well off together. Like that's been bringing him up for me more. But that kind of added another little thing to it. Had another, you know, actual character depth for him. And I was curious as to why they kept like like he would always bring up certain things. This episode specifically, like when certain, you know, how things used to be and all like that, like kind of to his past and everything. I don't necessarily think it had anything to do with like it was gonna show up in the episode, but like it was like a sign, I guess, or a hint, a foreshadowing that they're probably gonna deal with his past. I think they did it pretty well. You know, they didn't linger on it too long, in my opinion. And it was kind of sort of even though they didn't linger on it too much, it was almost the driving force. It was the driving force of how they talked down, or how Chester talked down Dion. It made sense. I didn't really feel it's funny that this is not like 3 times already they've talked the enemy down in this season. And it's an interesting way that they're going about it this season. I know it's gonna probably be like every villain they come across, because who was it? Like with I'm linking already. Psych. That's not what they did. But I don't know. It's like obviously the one with Eva, I didn't really care for. I feel like that was kind of cheap. The other two, like the one with obviously the one with Kadabra, I like that one a lot, and I was sad that he's dead. I wish that he was gonna. I wish he could have stuck around and every now and then maybe pop up to help us out. And then with Dion, kind of, you know, we kind of talked him down, but it was also like, you know, now he has more of an ambition. So good and bad, you know, immediately good. Long run maybe bad, but we'll see. Fun enough, we still haven't dealt with I was gonna say Bloodsport, with what's his name? Blood. I'm blanking on him. Ramsey's other name, his villain name. Blood something. It's not Bloodsport. I know Bloodsport's a different character in Marvel. Bloodwork. It wasn't Bloodsport. Pay no mind. Again, I said this in the beginning. They were kind of hinting at something going on with him at the end of nearing the end of last season. So I'm assuming they're gonna do something with that later in the season. Again, we're only on the 6th episode, so we have time. I like the actor they chose for Dion too. Honestly, like I don't know, something about like I liked his performance, and he had some kind of, as insane as he was, he had an air of charisma to him, and you know, some villains like you're like, okay, I'm glad we got rid of him. I liked Psych. You know, actually, he was an interesting character. I mean, I'm curious to see when he comes back. I like Eva. I don't care to see her again. If we do, I'll deal. I mean, I'm not gonna be like, can we get this over with? Well, maybe I will. But but like with Ramsey, I really want to see Ramsey again. I love him. I mean, I love the actor just because, you know, I have a nostalgia for him in Heroes. And I'm interested in Psych and this Dion guy, who I'm assuming is gonna have a big part to play considering what he can do. He's got the most manipulative and terrifying ability thus far. Like, he can stop the Flash. Like just a small bit of that power, like an element of it, like not even to control time necessarily. Like what Turtle was able to do with it was more so to absorb kinetic energy. I think is what it was, supposedly, or maybe that's what they thought it was. It was kind of like he was slowing time down. Maybe it's not the same thing. Maybe it's just that they thought, just because it is a green energy, so they thought it was the same thing. So maybe it's not what it is. Because I'm pretty sure it was kinetic energy. Maybe Turtle 2.0 is different. Maybe their power, I think it's a her. Maybe her power is derived from the Still Force. We haven't seen that one in action yet, so I don't know. I don't know exactly how that one, because then the original one, he actually, I think, did absorb kinetic energy, which is why Barry was able to like get a running start and push his way through it to hit him. One thing that I'm kind of like, that I'm sure this might be one of the reasons they did it, with parting Caitlin and Frost, is now Caitlin doesn't necessarily have an easy out of being injured. Like, you know, before when she would get injured, she's like, oh, she can just heal. Now that's not the case, but that just makes me worried, because like, oh, now they can actually hurt her. Oh no. So I'm not really. Again, I'm still worried about that, but I think that's one of the reasons, at least. I'm pretty sure it's not the only reason why they did that. So like, she doesn't have an easy out now. But again, now Frost is kind of in danger of being taken away if she gets caught. Depending on how the issue with that is, you know, Frost is good now. She's changed, but she did do what she's accused of. She wasn't framed, and she wasn't forced. She did do that of her own volition. And if she fights back, you know, that's not going to be great either. So I don't know. It's a sticky situation. Honestly, I kind of like Chester and Cisco's team name, Team Chesco. Actually, kind of rolls off the tongue. I guess the other one wouldn't work. It's Sister. Well, it kind of would work. I love that in this episode that they kind of, like, Cisco and Chester were kind of doing a sort of Legends thing where they had to costume up to blend in. I mean, otherwise they would kind of stick out and would look weird, because that's not a fashion that is nowhere near right now. Because there's the fashion in the 90s and the fashion in the 2000s that's different than right now. So it's like that wouldn't work. But I just like it had like a sort of Legends element to it, and it was. And I'm excited for that show to come back. I'm hoping. I'm pretty sure I'll have the time. I really wish that they would spread out when they would put these shows out, because I'm getting like, I hate that they put the Flash and Supergirl or the Flash and Superman Lois on the same freaking day, because I can't do both. You know, I don't have the time. I have work. I'm struggling to do just one, on the day it's aired. I think that's everything I have. I think I kind of like ran through everything, honestly. No pun intended. One thing I just like, kind of like a small thing I liked, that was going to the scene of Nora and Iris, so before they kind of got deeper into the discussion, was just when she was kind of cuddling up into the blanket. She looked so adorable. She's only a kid, being just overwhelmed by, or not overwhelmed by, like just swallowed by blankets. It just seemed adorable. Like the actress just seemed adorable in it. But again, I'm unsure how I feel about the Speed Force right now, or whatever. As you mentioned before, like when she thought she was causing Barry pain by showing up as his mother, which again, I don't know how she wouldn't have thought that, like that thought wouldn't have crossed its mind in the first place, considering the pain and heartache it saw him go through in the second season when he was getting his speed back. But she was saying that she could, show up as a true form as Lightning, which I don't know how that would go. Luckily, it wouldn't be like. I wonder if it would be like Gods, where like if people get too close, like Lightning, shoots off and hits somebody and kills them or something and fries them. I don't know. But I don't know, man. Again, I could be wrong. I could be reading too much into it. But yeah, we got that. We got this Still Force and all the other forces they got to deal with, and Still Force is kind of like the worst one. And on the side, we got this. I already forgot her name. This agent coming after Frost. Good times. For now, guys, that is it for this week's episode of The Flash. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want to stick around for next week's episode, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you want to check out any early access stuff, which we're soon adding another show to that back on Patreon, check it out. You'll see all the early access shows we got going up. Yeah, see you back next week.